is a moderately successful comedian, an average author, and a terrible actor. And your chance to speak directly with him has arrived. Call 866-969-1969. The phone lines are open. And the Jim Norton Show starts now.
Hi, everybody. It's Jim Norton. I'm chewing almonds. And the number's 866-969-1969. And we just had Mike Tyson on the Opie and Anthony Show. Excuse me. That's really I'm going to suffer when I shit because I swallowed almonds half-eaten, and there's nothing that ruins your colon. I'm going to get fucking diverticulitis. And he was awesome. He's just a great guest, and he seems like he's doing very well, so I hope that he's staying sober and hanging in there. And Doug in Boston says he's struggling with addiction, and congrats to Mike Tyson being my new best friend. Hi, Doug. How are you?
Yeah, good, Jimmy. Listen, dude, I was listening to him. The guy loves you, all right? So going forward, you should definitely make sure that you hook up with him all the time. You guys were meant for each other.
Yeah, I like him too, actually. I mean, not just because he's Mike Tyson. He's actually a fun. I mean, I love because he's Mike Tyson, but he's a good guest, and he's very, very open. And when you see him outside of this place, he's kind of the same guy. He's very nice, and he doesn't blow you off. You know what I mean? If he likes you, he likes you, and I respect that a lot.
Yeah, well, and the fact that he was the baddest man in the world for a long period of time, and probably still is pretty cool too.
So what's up with you and your addiction? What's going on?
Oh, God, Jimmy. I've been struggling for a while. I still go to meetings. I actually go to meetings almost every day. But my problem is that I'm still drinking almost every day. And I think my biggest issue, and I'm getting really kind of irritated at it, is that I do what I'm told to do.
How long are you sober?
How long have I been sober?
Yeah.
I haven't been.
Oh, I think you're still. I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. I think you're still going to meetings, but you're not catching on. Okay.
Yeah. So, but what I'm doing is every night before I go to bed, and every morning when I get up, I get on my knees and I say, "Please, God, take away my desire to drink and help me be the person that I want to be and you want me to be." And it's not happening for me.
I'll tell you. Let me tell you something. Excuse me for interrupting. There's an old expression: "Faith moves mountains, but bring a shovel." You know, the idea of just praying to a higher power or whatever it is a very, very good thing, and it's healthy. But to pray and then act the same is bullshit. Because it's almost like saying, "Please, God, let me lose weight," and then I eat a cake. God's not going to help me lose weight. No power is going to help me lose weight. The power of the universe, whatever your higher power is. Because the actions, I have to act as if. I have to take actions. There's an old expression, another one. You don't think your way into right actions. You act your way into right thinking. And I know that sounds like corny radio show slogans, WBLS, act your way into right thinking. But, bring the body and the mind will follow. So to me, if you're not doing the right thing, you're not drinking, there's no way the obsession will ever be removed. Do you understand what I mean?
No, absolutely. And the problem I have with that is that, my mom had 27 years of sobriety, and her entire life was the program. And I think that's a hurdle for me. I mean, my mom and I had a lot of issues. I mean, Christ, I remember picking her up off the floor when I was 14 years old and didn't want to bring kids home because I didn't know what the situation was going to be at home. And but then all of a sudden she got sober, and it was all about all the catchphrases and the little sayings and everything else. And now I'm in a situation where I need some help, and I'm going to an organization that I'm not crazy about. Now, I'm really lost, Jimmy. I don't.
Well,
I don't know
because here's the thing. It's a good reason to think like, well, I have problems with my mom, therefore I'm going to have problems with the organization that got her sober or the group of people that got her sober. But think of the insanity of that. She was a drunk, and you didn't have a problem using the substance that ruined her life and yours. You know what I mean? It's like we make these excuses about getting sober to ourselves, but how come when you were drinking, you didn't go, wow, this wrecked my mom and fucked everything up. I can't do it. You know what I mean?
Actually, yeah, no, I do. And I did for the longest time. This has been, there's a whole history. My mom died from cancer. My dad just died last November from cancer as well. And when he went, that's when I started I knew for years I would never be an alcoholic because I had lived with it with both of them. And but now all of a sudden, I'm like in this place where I'm totally lost. And people are, well, you need to go rehab. And I'm like, no, I can't because I'm the only provider.
Well, listen, what you're doing is you're cutting off every possible healthy thing. You're not sober because you don't want to be sober more than you want to get drunk. So if you want your priority, I know that you're the provider and you have to take care of it, but people go to rehab. What's going to be worse, taking the time and going to rehab or just being a drunk and wrecking everything? So my suggestion to you, and I do appreciate you calling in today.
Yeah, thanks, Jimmy.
That's okay, buddy. I would suggest seriously make an effort at getting sober and stop picking up the drink. You're not going to get sober if you keep picking up the drink. And if you have to go to rehab, go to rehab. If that's an impossibility, then go to meetings where people are sober and do what they suggest. Your way stinks, okay?
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
Good luck, buddy. I know you hear me, but I mean, sincerely, do it. Really do it. Don't just say yes to yourself. Actually do it. All right. Take care, buddy. Mike in Louisiana has problems coming. Oh, no.
Yeah, what's going on, Jimmy?
Hi, buddy.
Hey, man, everything works great. Get hard on, cut diamonds with them. I mean, all the time. But it's just a matter of I can't finish it.
Okay.
Ever, whether it's masturbation, whether it's oral, whether it's vaginal, freaking anal, it doesn't matter. It just can't happen.
Well, and masturbate, you just cannot achieve orgasm. I don't know. That might be a medical. I'm sorry.
It just started.
Oh, you were able to come and now you're not?
Oh, yeah, about maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Have you had your prostate and stuff checked out and any health issues that might have occurred? Because I don't know medically what that could be.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw some stuff. I don't know what they called it, retarded ejaculation or some kind of craziness like that. I don't know what it is.
Okay, so
but, yeah, I had a big physical the other day. They did PSA test. They didn't actually check the prostate, but everything, all the levels were great.
I don't know what that could be. I'm sure there's a mental or physical reason for it, obviously, especially if you were able to come. Are you taking any medication differently?
No, it's the same. However, I think it could actually be some blood pressure meds. Actually, have got me. The blood pressure is actually a little low now, and I'm not sure if that's got to could have anything to do with it or not, or I don't know. And then again, now that it's happened 3 or 4 times, maybe I'm just thinking about it, going, damn, that's what I've got to come, and then my mind is really working against me.
Yeah, that probably is a mental thing. Maybe you should give yourself a break. You're gonna come again, but if it's you take a medication, I would talk to the doctor about switching what you can. And once it gets in your head, sometimes it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you don't want to get in that place. Like there's times where my dick doesn't work. And the reason it won't work is because my head is telling me it's not going to work. So when you just relax and you kind of let your body do what it's meant to do, you'll start coming again. But again, if it's a medication issue, you got to talk to the guy about that, the doctor.
Yeah, it's not even fun for the other party, because when you're sitting there just beating it to death, it ends up not an enjoyable experience on that side either.
Yeah, give yourself a break. Why don't you stop trying for a little while? Stop jerking off for a little while and give your dick a break.
Yeah. All right.
Good luck, my friend. Ken in Wisconsin. You're 18.
Hey.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, Jimmy. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, just found out that my 18-year-old son is gay.
I'm 45, Dad. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I said I'm 45. I'm joking. Okay, he's gay. He told you, or you found out?
He actually came out and told me.
Good.
I kind of found out. He said he was in a relationship on Facebook, and then I drive truck, so he came out and told me one night. He gave me a call. What I'm asking you is, how would you go about telling family?
I'm not a parent, so I don't know. But in my question, first and foremost, and maybe I'm just being ignorant and naive. Maybe you do have to tell family, but what is there to tell? Maybe he can tell family when he wants to. He told you.
Okay.
I don't know if it's your responsibility to go out and tell, not that it's a secret, but maybe he'll tell them when he's ready, and you don't need to make excuses for who he is.
Okay. Well, it just I didn't know where to go or how to go about doing this.
I mean, let me ask you a question. Do you question what you've done as a dad? Does it hit you like that? Like, wow, I know it's okay, but did I do anything wrong or?
Yeah, a little bit. I drive truck for a living, and you're not home as much.
Yeah.
Is that a reason? I don't know.
No, it's not, dude. It's not. And I'm no expert, but it's not a reason. I really believe if you were there every night, he would still be a homosexual.
It's just something they say you're born with, right?
It can be, yeah. I don't know enough about. Here's the reality. I do think that it can be environmental, but I don't think the father being home. Because what would have happened if you were home every day and you were overbearing and yelling "pussy" and "fuck these girls"? He would have been a repressed, unhappy homosexual. I mean, personally, I believe that the majority of times people are born with it. I'm not saying you can never become. I don't know, but I think that the majority of times people are born gay, and no matter what you did, he would have been who he is. And if you berated him or beat him, or not physically, but beat over the head certain imagery or girls, or didn't let him play with dolls, or whatever it is you think you might have done, he would have just kept it to himself and had a lot of pain. So he's free at 18. Wouldn't you rather have him be who he is now and be who he was meant to be? Like, it's a different era, man. It's not like 1940 anymore. There's no shame in it at all. He is who he is. And there's so many more Americans that are gay that just don't admit it. So your son is not part of as small of a minority as you think.
Yeah, when he told me, I was out on the road, and when I got home, he said that he was afraid to tell me because he thought I'd blow up.
Sure.
Get mad at him. And it's like, he says, I couldn't believe how calm you were when I told you. And I don't know if it's just from listening to, I listen to a lot of talk radio. I listen to you guys every morning, and I just don't know where to go, for him to come out and tell everybody else.
When he's ready, he'll do it his own way in his own time. If he asks for your help, that's one thing, but it's not your job to tell the family, I don't think. It's who he is, and it doesn't affect them at all.
How would you go about telling his brother?
I would let him do it.
Just let him come on?
Sure, why not? I mean, because he's the same guy they've always known. He's not, this is just something that they didn't know about him, maybe. But maybe they had suspicions and you didn't.
Okay.
But I would let him do it. Let him handle it. He's an adult. He's old enough to go to the electric chair. He's old enough to go to the military. So that would be my suggestion, obviously without any children, with no experience in this whatsoever. My gut instinct would be to allow him to do it when he's ready.
Okay. Sounds good, Jimmy.
All right, my friend. Take care.
You, man.
All right. Thanks for calling. Bye. I appreciate it. And Fred from Iowa called in. He can relate to Ken. He's a trucker and his 17-year-old son is gay. Hi, Fred.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I was just going to tell the guy there that, my boy told me he was gay when he was 14. Hey, let him be what he's going to be. And, if your family has a problem with him, in my opinion, the hell with your family. I let my boy come out, and, I'm glad he come out and told me before he went out and told everybody else.
Right.
And it's not a big deal. Hell, it ain't my ass I'm worried about. It's his.
Right.
Let him do what he's got to do with his life. As long as he's happy, that's all you can ask for your kids.
Yeah, because would you rather have a straight son who's a bag of shit husband and a drunk and a rotten, you know what I mean? It's like there's nothing wrong with having a gay son, so that's a good attitude to have.
Yeah, and it's one of the things where I also have four sons. My three other boys, I have to kind of protect them for some of the shit that they get in school and everything else. But it's one of the things where if they're going to get picked on about something,
yeah,
it just won't be, something that has nothing to do with them. Is the only way I can put it. And I don't know if this other guy has other kids. It's something that he needs to, sit down with his other kids and have a conversation about it. Tell them what's going, tell the younger kids or older kids that, hey, you might get some repercussion from this, but this is his life. Let him live it. this is your life. You live it the way you want to, and just try to give them a little bit of a buffer zone.
Yeah, support him. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Ken. I think that's it's great advice.
All right, thanks, you.
All right, buddy. Devin in Texas, your best friend's going to marry a girl, and you think it's a bad idea. Oh, intriguing. Hi, Devin.
Jimmy, I'm a big fan, by the way.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, my best friend since high school is going to get married to this chick, and I've been contemplating on whether or not to tell him because the history that they have, she, tried to burn down his apartment one night when he was asleep. And
wow. Does he know this?
Yeah, he knows, because me and him were living together at the time, and she had moved in. And we just wake up in the middle of the night, and there's all of her clothes in the closet piled up with gas. And she has, a lighter in her hand. And he's still attached to her.
Your friend's a dummy.
I know, and I don't, I'm a really respectful person, if that's what he wants to do, that's fine, but, he is so attached to this fucking cunt. And there's no, and, I feel like I should do something, but I don't know if it's my place.
Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, you have to be careful when it comes to somebody's wife or husband or boyfriend or girlfriend. You can't just go, don't be attached to that cunt. My suggestion would be if you're going to tell you, because first of all, what he does is his business, is his life. You don't have to hang out with him. He's a dope. He's a codependent idiot if he's staying with someone who's going to light his shit on fire. All you can, maybe you can ask him, hey, look, I know you love this girl, but considering what happened, aren't you worried this will happen again? And do you think this is a good idea? And then he may go, yes, and here's why. Well, all right. He knows that happened. So if he knows that happened and he's still going to marry her, all you're doing is venting to him about you don't like her. And he doesn't need you to do that. Maybe you can ask him, are you sure you think this is a good idea? I'm a little concerned about you. And that's all you can do is voice a little concern, but I wouldn't do it aggressively.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, Jimmy. You have a great day, buddy.
Yes, and don't ever marry a girl who pours gas. A girl standing there with a lighter is one thing, but if she actually brought in gas and poured it, don't marry her. She's a fucking problem. It's like the fucking David Berkowitz. Used to light fires, then he shot people in cars. Let's see. Bob in Tennessee is having sex outside of his marriage and feeling bad. Any advice? Yes, Bob. Throw those condoms out, pussy boy. Hi, Bob.
Hey, Jimmy. I keep having sex outside my marriage, and I'm not having sex inside my marriage. I don't know if one's causing the other. I was always very sexually active, and obviously when we met, we were, and then, there were other things that took priority for her, and it seemed like. And
Did she put weight on?
Maybe a little bit, but not terribly.
Okay.
I mean, she's a beautiful woman, and more attractive than probably some of the gals I've slept with. But
she stopped. She stopped fucking a little bit. She stopped fucking as much, or the passion kind of died out.
No, literally, probably in the past year we've had sex no more than 10 times.
Now, let me ask you a question. Because you're getting it outside the marriage, you feel guilty. Are you making less effort with your wife and doing things less than you would have because you know you have this side pussy?
I don't. Well, I think more out of not wanting the rejection.
Okay.
And it's not. I don't have something constant. It's I go out to the bar and pick up a gal.
Right.
It's not. It's not like I have something constant. And then afterwards, I mean, I did last night. I feel terrible about it. And I love her, and I want that to work. And I don't know that it'd be different, though. I mean, I haven't been always the most faithful person in other relationships either,
Right. So you've had a history of cheating, and now you're doing it to your wife.
Yeah, but I've also gone long periods without doing that, too,
Well, dude, if you're married, my advice would be this. Don't do it. Because, you're either going to get something and bring it home. She's going to find out, or you're going to slowly destroy the relationship from within because your guilt is going to get to you. and you're self-loathing, instead of feeling that pain and that guilt, you're going to start to find shit wrong with her. Like, you know what? Fuck her. She's being a cunt. She's fatter than she was. You know what I mean? It's like, as opposed to realizing the ugliness of what I'm doing sometimes, I begin to find the flaws in the other person, which allows me to justify my own self-centered behavior. So I would suggest, and I don't say this morally like I'm better than you, but I think you should stop cheating if you're married.
Right, I understand that. The issue is still like, I mean, I'm a dude and I want to have sex, and that's and it just gets to a head, I think, at some point in time. And every time I do it, I don't think I'm going to ever do it again. I really, sure. And then, you know.
Well, just try to remember how it made you feel the last time. Like, hey, man, I said I wasn't going to do this, and I'm continuing to do it. Just sometimes it helps to think it through. They suggest that when people are going to drink. They're like, think the drink through for real. Where is it going to take you? Picture that night. Picture the next day. Picture what's going to happen. Like, picture going out and you're fucking a girl. Oh, God, it feels great. Okay, you've come. You're driving home. The stink of her pussy is on your balls. You start to worry. Did she leave any clues on me? Do I have anything on me? Is there anything on my clothes? Am I ever going to bump into her with my wife? Or all these things that people might think when they cheat and begin to panic about getting caught. Walk yourself through that. And is the quick load worth it? I mean, it's usually not.
You're right.
All right. I mean, again, that would just be my suggestion, man. I know it's easy for me to say, but I would suggest not cheating because you're going to get caught eventually. And even if you don't, it's going to hurt the relationship terribly. So if you love your wife, try to get her to fuck more and talk to her and maybe make her feel sexy. But I would definitely not go out and cheat. You know, if you have to leave her, leave her.
All right.
All right. Sorry, I don't have a better answer for you.
Bye.
Bye, buddy. Brian in Scottsdale's going out with a girl who's a self-conscious squirter. How can you make her feel more comfortable? Brian, how long are you going out with her?
We've been on about 2 or 3 dates now, and
okay.
She's a really cool chick.
You fucked her already?
Yeah.
And she squirts. Did she tell you that, or she squirted and then went like, "Oh, hey, oh, good"?
yeah. It was a little more than a tee-hee. She rolled over and got real self-conscious about it, and I just want to. I don't want to screw it up because, like I said, she's a really cool chick, and I want to figure out a way to make her cool with it because I love it. I mean, it's awesome. I'm not trying to brag, but it's like Niagara Falls, and it's really cool.
I love that too. I think it's really sexy. Did you go down on her after she squirted?
That's the thing. I think she's a really proper girl because we haven't done any me going down on her going down on me. We haven't done any of that yet.
Well, you will. But make sure she knows. A lot women can get over most weird things. When a woman knows that you find her body, her scent, sexy, she will eventually become comfortable with that. But you know, again, for her, because she probably had a guy one time go, "Oh, what are you peeing?"
Right.
That was Twitter voice. If you let her know that you think that's amazingly sexy, it might take a little while before she really believes that you think it's sexy. But I used to go down on this one girl. I would eat her pussy, and she would squirt onto my chin. It was like it was like a water gun. Yeah, and I'm not kidding. The spot she would leave on the bed was probably half the size of the bed. She would come over and over and over and squirt and squirt. And she stopped being self-conscious once she realized how absolutely turned on I was. So maybe that's why she doesn't let you go down on her. Like maybe she's embarrassed that she's going to squirt liquid in your face. And maybe she's had that happen, or she's horrified as to how a man will react to that. So she's trying to warm you up by letting you fuck her and see at first.
Which makes sense because she's older. Older. She's 33. So, I mean, obviously she's grown up with this.
Have you told her how much you love it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
The second time we were together, I made sure I told her, hey, I just want you to know, I don't want you to be self-conscious about this at all. It turns me on.
So what you should do is this. If she's not letting you go right down on her, kiss her stomach a little bit, kiss her through her panties, try to eat her pussy, but if she's really weird about it, say, I just want to kiss you through your panties a little bit, and kiss her legs, turn her on, and just see if you can kind of bridge your way into going down on her. And then eventually, hopefully she'll come in your mouth, and that will happen. And then she'll see how much you love it. She'll get comfortable with it. Just give her. She probably had a couple of bad experiences with fucking stupid guys.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, enjoy it, man.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Love you, Jimmy.
All right, man. Take care with that godless woman. That's the devil's liquid. That's what you should say to her. Point at her vagina when she's squirting and saying, "That's the devil's liquid. The devil's spit." Let's see. Rob in Mississippi has a daughter who's being rebellious, and he has problems controlling her. Ooh, do tell.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hello, Rob.
Hey, man, sorry, the phone cut off. Hey, problem I have is my daughter turned 18 last summer. She just started university, and of course I'm paying for everything. And one of my main rules was I don't want her to fuck up, do something stupid. So I said, don't come home with holes all in your head, and no tattoos, none of that shit. And if you do, I drew a real hard line in the sand. I said, if you do that, I'm done.
How old is she?
18.
Okay. So let me ask you. You basically told her, go out and get a tattoo and get a hole in your head.
No.
No. By saying don't do it, they rebel and they want to do it.
Well, she'd been hitting around for like the last year. Because her mom's got tattoos. Of course, she lives with me. I have custody of her. It's a long story.
Why don't you want her to get tattoos?
What, do I not want her to get tattoos?
Yes, sir.
I think it's a bad idea because the dumbass places she wants to, like she did, she comes home with one on her fucking forearm. And now that's forever. Now, so it's like, okay, how do you interview for a job down the road? You got a tattoo on your forearm with a stupid ass band lyric on your arm. It's a terrible idea.
Again, as not being a parent, I know that once someone's 18, you can't legally control them. I don't know if controlling her and saying I'm not going to help you is the right thing or not over her getting tattoos. Like, what will she do? What choice will she make? Will she not get the tattoos or no?
Oh, no, she has one now. She came home with one.
Okay.
And see, it's like, that's done now, but the problem here is me because I drew this big line in the sand. If you cross this is what I'm going to do. Now, I've got to back it up somehow, don't I? In order to maintain, right?
Well, she goes to college, right? You can't yank her college money.
No, that's the problem. I don't know what to do. Because I said, hey, if you do this, I'll do this. And she's like, fuck you.
Wait, you told her if you do this, I'll yank all the money I'm supporting you with, right?
Basically. Not as harshly, but yeah, it was. That's pretty much how it was laid out.
How is she doing in college?
1C, 2 B's, 2 A's. She's 3.2.
So she's doing well in college. So she's going through a rebellious phase, but she's doing well in college. If you say it's going to be hard to get a job with a forearm tattoo, not anymore, it's not. Not in 2013 or 2020 when she's looking, or 2018. Cops have tattoos now. So many people, it's much more acceptable than it ever was. Our generation, they look at this a little bit differently. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't give input, but if she's going to college and she's doing well, I mean, you don't want to pull that because then it'll be really impossible for her to get a job. So at least she's doing that right. And if her big rebellion is getting a tattoo, that's what a lot of them do. There are ways to remove tattoos. And in 5 years, when she might want that gone, the ways to remove tattoos will be even better. There's laser removal that can be undone.
Well, here's the other side of it, though. It's like she's a very beautiful girl, beautiful long blonde hair, and she comes home, and not only is it crew cut and pink, half her head is shaved.
No, that's just...
And then now see, we're in the South. We have traditions, if you will. You know what I mean? And so we have old school family, and we have Thanksgiving and Christmas. What are they going to say when I bring her to Thanksgiving?
Who cares? Think about it. No, but think about it. Seriously, who cares? This is not about, and I'm not shitting on you, but this is not about, the things I'm hearing you talk about are kind of your ego. Like you're saying, I drew a line in the sand. So what do I do to not look like I'm backing down or being run over? What do I have to tell people about what my daughter's doing? And I know kids are a reflection on their parents, but you know what? I think most people understand that a lot of teenagers do what they want to do. And if she wants to cut her hair at college and paint it pink, that's her she's allowed to do it. And, look, you don't have to give her any extra money for parties and trips, but you can't yank the college money over some shit like that because she's going to college. You know what I mean? The problem is, like a lot of people say, hey, if you drop out of school, I'm not going to support you. That's legit. But if she's going to college, that's the important thing. Her hair will grow back. The dye will come out. The rebellious phase will pass.
Yeah,
Maybe you could sit down with her and have a talk, dude. Like, I knew I drew a line in the sand. Maybe you could tell her that. Like, look, You're my daughter, and I love you, and I drew a line in the sand. And now I feel like if I don't do something, you're never going to respect what I tell you. You know, maybe you can say that, because, and then see what she has to say about it. Again, that might just be my ignorant suggestion.
No, that's solid advice. I mean, I listen to you guys all the time, and you got a good head and shoulders, and I like what you say. I know you don't have children, but it's still solid advice. She's level-headed. That's probably what I'm going to have to do, I guess.
Yeah, she's a little headstrong, and she's kind of finding her way. You know, as a young adult, you know, hey, I'm getting the tattoo, fuck that. I'm getting the haircut pink, fuck him. You know, it beats being pregnant and dropping out of college. Would you like her better like this, or if she had no tattoos and her natural hair and was knocked up and dropped out of school? I mean,
you got me on that one.
But you know what I'm saying? This stuff is all cosmetic. It's cosmetic shit. She's doing the right thing. She's going to school.
Look, Jimmy, you're an inspiration to me, man. You've helped me lay off the bottle.
Oh, good.
Helped me get in shape, and I love what you're doing. I love your message, and just keep up the good work, man. Love you to death.
Good luck, my friend. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's nice of you to say. And Greg in Maryland has some advice, so I hope you're still listening, for the guy with the daughter who's got the tattoo. This is called listeners giving listeners advice tonight, E-Rock. I'm letting everybody help everybody. I foster an environment of helpfulness.
Okay. Thank you, Jimmy, for letting me help.
Oh, you're welcome. Help away, Greg.
Hey, my daughter went through the phase where she dyed the end of her hair green, and I'm extremely conservative, conservative Christian guy, and when that happened, I was livid, created an argument and everything else. And you know what? Within a few days, I got used to it, realized I loved her more than I loved, what color her hair was.
Sure.
She graduated from college. She sings in the church choir. She works 6 days a week. She's got a good job. Life goes on. You pick your battles.
Yeah, well, hopefully the other guy's daughter won't turn into that disastrous thing. Church choir, good job, happy. Let's hope it doesn't go that badly. I'm kidding, of course. Greg, your kid worked out great. That's great advice. Just let her do it, right?
Yep.
All right, buddy. Thanks for the call. Yeah, I'll do the read, E-Rock. You don't push me when I'm saving people, E-Rock. You don't push me to do a read. What? Oh, waiting for the holidays to hate Steven Singer? Oh, why wait? This is what E-Rock wants me to tell you. Fuck helping you. Let's hate Steven Singer. The more you wait, the more you're going to hate Steven Singer. Let's be honest. It's a guarantee. So why not get her that great gift today, right online at IHateStevenSinger.com. Steven has a collection of silver and diamond jewelry. You can find the perfect gift starting from $69 all the way up to $8,900. There's a big variety of gifts between $69 and $8,900. Everything in between, of course, is good. Steven makes holiday shopping extremely easy, and it's also affordable. Go online, IHateStevenSinger.com, and check out his silver and diamond collection. You got to get the woman in your life a gift. You can't just, what are you going to give her a fucking handshake? It's Christmas. And you want it to be a great gift. Why? Because you want her to go, oh, my God, my gift. That's her slobbering gratefully on your dick. The more you procrastinate in buying her a holiday present, the guiltier you're going to feel. The guiltier you feel, the bigger the present you're going to buy. Take this advice. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com right now. You get nothing else to do. Get your holiday shopping done today. Why fucking wait? It's November. You'll be all happy in Thanksgiving as you're out eating turkey. She'll be like, oh, let's make a wish. And you'll be thinking, I got your gift already, whore. I don't feel guilty. Steven always has his fast and free shipping both ways. And with his 90-day return policy, it is truly risk-free shopping. Steven Singer Jewelers, the other corner of 8th and Walnut, 888 I Hate Steven Singer, or online at IHateStevenSinger.com. See, E-Rock, I never forget. Steven Singer, you don't bully me. Let's see. Oh, John in Indianapolis is married for 4 years and having a problem staying hard. Hi, John.
Hello?
Yes, hi, buddy.
Oh, yeah, it made a weird click noise.
Okay.
Fuck Steven Singer. But, yeah, married for 4 years, and here recently been having an issue with staying hard. And, big thing, I guess, I can see a doctor for that, but is I've kind of made excuses to make my wife feel better about it.
Let me ask you, okay, hold on. You're married for 4 years. Now, was your sex always good before this?
Yeah.
Or was it something that you just tolerated? And did she have a baby or put weight on, or are you on medication?
medication.
Okay, what are you taking?
Suboxone.
Now, is that for like a depression type thing?
It's actually for a chemical dependency. It helps you.
Oh, okay, yes, I have heard of that. Is that known to affect erections?
Yes, and I guess really it's just she doesn't want to believe that that's it. So she gets her feelings hurt and things like that. So it's just I don't know. I just kind of wanting the best way to kind of break it to her that it's not her. But she still wants to think that it's her without,
Yeah, and that just puts it in your head more because now you don't worry about your own sexual satisfaction. You're going to worry about having to fucking talk her in off a ledge. Yeah, it's the worst.
Right. Exactly.
All you can do is be honest with her. Look, this is what it is. Now, will it get better? How long will you be on that medicine for?
I'm hoping to be able to stop it here sometime in the new year.
Why can't you take a Cialis with it?
I don't know. I've talked to my doctor about it. I think it might just be something about taking that medicine and combining that maybe heart issues. I don't know.
Well, ask your doctor. Ask your doctor if you can take Cialis with it or something. Or can you get hard when you're jerking off?
Yeah.
Okay, so you might be just having mental pressure. And maybe there's been times where you're depressed, so maybe your mood, or the chemical dependence, sorry. Maybe you haven't been as in the mood for sex. And sometimes we're not in the mood for sex, and we try to force ourselves, and our dicks go, forget it, I'm sitting this one out. And all of a sudden we feel like, what's wrong with me? My dick doesn't work anymore. But the reality is we weren't in the mood for sex. So make fucking sure you're in the mood. And, don't let it get into your head, dude. Your dick works fine. It's just a temporary thing. It's like when you're running and you pull a hamstring, you limp for a little while. That's what your dick is doing. It's limping for a little while. Don't yell at it. Don't get angry at it. Just relax. Your dick is going to be fine. Tell her it's not her. And if she fucking insists that it's her, just pull it out and jerk off in front of her and go, look, it's limp.
Don't stab it with a pencil?
No. Okay?
That's good advice right there.
Yeah. Relax, dude. It'll be okay. You're taking some medicine right now. It's temporary. Tell her not to get into a fucking tizzy about it.
All right. Thanks, Jim.
Be good. Mike in Pennsylvania got over his erection problem. See? More people helping people. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Jim. What's going on, man?
Good, buddy. How long do you have rod problems for?
It was, I guess I've been on Suboxone for a little bit over a year.
Oh, you're on Suboxone too? Okay, cool.
I am married. I've been married for a little over 2 years now, and I thought my medicine was my problem. I went back to my doctor, and it, I think he, what he told me was it might be in my head, and I kind of think that's what this guy's problem is. If there's really no problem between him and his wife, the problem might be in his head with medicine he's taking. I think, a lot of it might be that.
Okay, you might be right. It usually is very rarely is a completely a physical thing. So thank you for the call, buddy. We have to wrap up. We ran a little bit late with the great Mike Tyson today. So that might be in your head, dude. Let's just really quickly, I can't go to everybody. To the guy who's, let me just give some quick advice here. The guy whose sister got divorced and moved by you, which is ruining your family life. I would just say reverse the numbers on your mailbox, so she'll go to the wrong house. Jay in Philly said, thanks for a fantastic childhood, Jim. I hope that wasn't sarcastic from a boy I used to babysit. Tim in Ohio wants to talk about alcoholism. Call next week. Recently used an escort service, worried about becoming a habit and getting STDs. Yes, Zach, it is habit forming, and some of them do have STDs. Be very careful. Wants to talk to Jim about experiences I've had with bipolar people. I've dealt with a lot of them. They're fucking irritating, but I do know that it's a physical thing that is beyond their control, so you do have to be a certain, have tolerance for them. And guy who has a stand-up question for me, let's just say, do what I do, because it works, baby. I'm kidding, of course. Call next week. If I can get to you, I will. E-Rock just I don't blame you. Let's quickly plug Albany this weekend. I will be there Friday, Saturday at the Comedy Works, and then go to jimnorton.com. The website is still being built, but I'm very happy with how it's coming out. Tour dates, my New Year's Eve shit in San Diego, and then Vegas at the end of December. And don't forget, the great Mike Tyson's book is called Undisputed. It's out today. How fucking great was he today? He's one of the best guests we've ever had, and he loves our show because he talks in a way on our show that he does not on other shows. So support Mike and buy his book and go see him at 12:30 at Barnes & Noble here in New York. Thank you guys for your calls. And if you go to see Mike, just go, hi, Mike, and he'll say hello back. Bye, everybody.
Jim Norton is now done dealing with your bullshit. He'll be back next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. But you can listen to episodes of The Jim Norton Show whenever you want. Go to SiriusXM.com/on-demand for details. All right, well, that sucked. To hear the Opie and Anthony Show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter, @Opie Radio, @Anthony Cumia, and @Jim Norton.